What's up everybody, David here, and today we're checking out the brand new Black Beauty sample pack from Dropout Audio. This is a brand new snare pack featuring, of course, a Black Beauty snare, and it's kind of jam-packed with stuff. You get multi-velocity samples with a blast beat articulation, TCI files for trigger, a contact instrument for blending mics and blending one-shots, and then you also get standalone one-shots as well. So let's not waste any more time, let's jump into the mix and check it out. Alright, so this is the mix we are currently using to demo the Dropout Audio snare pack. Now this is a rough mix we've got going on here, and as far as the drums, the kick is replaced, the snare is not. That is a live snare. Now part of my issue with this snare is that it doesn't have a ton of attack or transient on it. It doesn't sound like a very hard hit, honestly. So I did use a transient designer on it, but it's kind of not really enough. So we're going to throw in a sample, and that's where the Black Beauty snare pack comes in. So let's open up the contact instrument, because that's what I'm using in this case, and check out what it includes. So you have a 57 microphone, a U47 microphone, a snare bottom, overhead room, and one shot that you can all blend to taste using the mixer. So as far as articulations under the mixer, you have a few different options. You have no wire, hit 1, blast 1, and rim 1, and then hit 2, blast 2, and rim 2. Now what that means is the number 1 hits right here are not weighted, and the number 2 hits are weighted. Now let me show you what that actually means. So this is the snare wire on its own, and then hit number 1, blast 1, and rim 1. And then you have hit number 2, blast 2, and rim number 2. I personally love the rim number 2 just because it has so much attitude. Now what I'll do now is just solo the snare and let it play, and we'll check out some of the sounds that are included in this mixer. And of course, like I said, you have those included one-shots, which are super, super handy. This one, the thwack, is my personal favorite just because, once again, like the rim number 2, it just has so much attitude. And it's just such a hard hit. I love that one so much. In the case of this mix, I'm not using any one-shots. I'm just using the 57, U47, and then the snare bottom, and I have everything else muted. So we're just using it as a direct mic sample replacement. So let's go ahead and blend that into the mix and see what we get. So I do have a little bit of automation here already. I lowered it on the blast beats. For the blast beats on the programming, don't forget it has 3 different velocity ranges. Everything else has 5 different ranges. The blast beat one has 3, and I do have the velocities lowered for those blast beats. Let's go ahead and throw that in the mix and check out how it sounds. So I definitely can hear that it's giving me the attack I wanted out of this snare drum. Now, the reason it is so low is because I did add some processing into there. So let's go ahead and go to the inserts and see what I did to this snare. First thing I have is a Kramer Pi compressor. I'll solo this so you can hear the difference. So I'm getting a lot of body out of that right there. Then I have a FabFilter Pro Q3 just pulling out one single ugly frequency I'm not a fan of. It's that 2B one you kind of get at like 300 Hertz. And then we have the BX Console SSL, and that's just adding some top end at 8K. And then under the sends, I do also have a reverb setup as well. So I'm going to turn down that verb already, actually, because I know that's too loud. And let's go ahead and A/B that now that we've added the inserts. Much better. I really just wanted to bring out that attack and some life into the snare, and this pack did it super well. And all I'm using is the close mics. If you want to add more width and more space, you can use the overhead, or excuse me, you can use the room track. The overhead adds a ton of body into it, but in this case, I was really just looking for the direct mics. But this is very versatile having this whole mixer here. Now, just to show that this isn't a one-trick pony, I know I used it on a very fast song in the last one because that is honestly what it's very good for, especially with that blast beat articulation. It'll work for anything. It's super versatile. So I have my song Waste Away loaded up. This is the mix I did. It's not the original mix. It's the one I used for the drum shots video. But on this one, we're going to throw this in there. And I haven't touched it at all. I just loaded the Kontakt sampler. I adjusted some volume and I threw it in the mix. And once again, just that character and that attitude from the snare really livens things up. So we'll A/B it with and without. Without any effort, it already sounds great. But now we're going to try that one more time, but I'm going to use my favorite one-shot in this pack, the Thwack one-shot, because it's sick. There's no other way to say it. So we're going to mute that and A/B it once again. Now, it actually blends super well with this actual snare that's in the song. And like I said, it just gives that snare character and it gives it attitude. And if you're looking for attitude in your snare drum, this is the pack for you. Alright, so hopefully in that demo I was able to show that not only is it great for fast music because, like I said, of that blast beat articulation, which I just absolutely love, I think that's genius, but also that it's just a great snare to add character and life into any drum kit, really, like I showed with Waste Away, because that is not an aggressive song, that is not a super fast song, but the snare worked wonderfully for it. I definitely think it's quite versatile, especially having that mixer in the Kontakt version and being able to really dial in the sound for what you're looking for, like I did there. All I wanted was the direct snare samples, and I was able to do that very easily inside of the Kontakt instrument. Of course, like I said before, you don't have to use it in that way. You have the one-shots and you also have the trigger files as well. Now, lucky for you guys, this snare pack is on sale right now until January 1st. Right now, it is $10. And if you go to the store and use the code DV, you can get an extra $5 off, making this pack only $5, which at that point is a no-brainer. After January 1st, it will then go up to $15, but my code will still work, so you can then get it for 10 bucks. So, you know, I don't want to brag, but there are certain perks to being subscribed to my channel, specifically $5 in perks. So, yeah, I made it, Mom. Anyways, I think you guys should definitely check this pack out. This is the first of many drum packs Dropout Audio is doing. I know one of the gentlemen involved, Isaiah, and he's an awesome dude. He's been working on this for a very long time. I've used multiple iterations and versions of this sample pack, and he's done a phenomenal job, so I definitely think that you guys should check it out. And of course, remember to use the code DV to get $5 off. Now, when you go to the Dropout Audio website, make sure to subscribe to the mailing list because they're actually going to be putting out new sample packs and new production tools every single month. So if you're on that mailing list, you will get those first. You will hear about them before anyone else. So make sure you do that so you can get some free goodies every single month. On that note, that is it for today. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. Good or bad. Hopefully good because I'm super sensitive. I mean, not really, but you can post whatever you want. Just let me know what you think down in the comments below. Of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all that YouTube stuff. And as always, thank you so much for watching. My name is David, and I will see you next time.